Well, now that we're done with that whole situation in the underworld, we can finally look for the Stellaron.
Finally.
But thinking about it, I feel a bit bad about Clara. We promised her that our talks with Svarog would go peacefully.
Sorry, I wasn't able to persuade Svarog.
You tried your best. Don't blame yourself.
Thank you, Donho.
I should have considered such a situation in advance. And it was Svarog who attacked first. We didn't have any other choice.
I didn't mean for you guys to start beating yourselves up over it. Look on the bright side. Things turned out all right, didn't they? Now everyone knows that the real problem here is the Stellaron, and they're willing to help us out.
That's great news.
All in all, the mission is going super smoothly.
March.
But we still have a lot left to figure out. For instance...
Yeah, why does Cocolia have it in for us?
Exactly. There must be a reason for this sudden change in her attitude. And we still don't have the coordinates and location of the Stellaron. We still haven't put all of the pieces together.
Actually, I've been having some dreams.
Dreams?
Oh, I remember you mentioned something about strange dreams before.
All three dreams were the same, with Cocolia and that other voice.
It would be weird to call it a coincidence.
I'm wondering if these dreams aren't just random, if there's some meaning behind them. Maybe you're having them because...
Because of the Stellaron inside her?
Like, the Stellaron inside of me is connecting with the Stellaron that's with Cocolia?
That's my hunch, but I have no proof.
Well, then that's as good as nothing for now. So, what should we do when we get back above ground? After all this talk, we're still back at square one.
We solve a puzzle one piece at a time. Let's get some rest. We'll talk to Wildfire tomorrow and get to the bottom of this.
Well, time to rest.
Over there. See that? That used to be the worst street in Rivet Town. And it's also where I grew up. My friends and I used to wander those streets, thinking about where to find our next meal. That is, until Chief Oleg got me out and took me to the orphanage. There, I learned to read and write from Natasha. At the age of 10, I started to patrol the mines with Oleg, occasionally getting into fights with the local thugs.
At age 10? What were you doing?
That sounds nice. Nice? You being sarcastic with me?
No, she's not. I don't sense a hint of sarcasm in her.
Oh, no, sorry. Life in the underworld is difficult. I shouldn't be speaking about it so lightly.
You're always so serious. It really gets on people's nerves sometimes, you know?
Right. What I meant was... I kind of envy you, Zila. For as long as I can remember, my days have been an endless cycle of studying, etiquette lessons, and training. Every day, all I hear is, "Remember who you are, Bronya. This is against the Architect's admonishments, Bronya. Ladies shouldn't use such foul language, Bronya."
She said the F word at one point.
Some may envy this kind of life, but I have felt trapped. When every choice and every goal has already been made for you. You probably can't imagine how that feels.
No, I can't. But more importantly, what kind of foul language were you using?
She wants to know if she said the F word.
In the name of the Architects, I shall stick this spear into your nostril.
That's actually even better than the F word.
That's it? Oh, that's nothing. Looks like I'll have to teach you some underworld slang before you go back.
Oh dear.
No, that won't be necessary.
It'll be better than poking people's nostrils, at least. I never thought that I'd be here having a heart-to-heart with the future Guardian. As a kid, I didn't meet many people who lived in the overworld. I only heard stories from the grown-ups and figured you were all just a bunch of cold snobs.
I've heard from some Silvermane veterans that before the orders were made to seal off the underworld from the overworld, there was no difference between the two places. Everybody ate the same food, chatted about the same topics, celebrated the same festivals. Even though times are different now, things like the joys and sorrows of life, the ties between people, these precious things must certainly still connect us all. If there is a way to bridge the gap between the two worlds, we can definitely go back to the time when you and I were not divided, when we could stand side by side against the Eternal Freeze and the Fragmentum.
I'm not like you. I don't have that many grand plans for the future. But if that's the future you want, I'm willing to build this bridge with you.
Thank you, Zila. Your trust is very important to me.
Hooray, we're all getting along.
Speaking of which, what are you going to do next? What Svarog revealed must have made quite an impact, huh?
Did you faint?
Yes. I thought I was prepared for anything, but as long as I am the Guardian's successor, those truths will come out sooner or later. But why does my mother hide it from me, and why does she want me to hunt down the outsiders who know about the nature of the Stellaron? It doesn't make sense.
I mean, the Stellaron was a restricted topic to Svarog.
I thought it over. There's only one thing I can do. Go ask her directly.
Is that even a good idea right now?
You... hold on. You're not really going, are you? Alone? You can't. This plan is...
I've already thought it through, Zila. I am Madame Cocolia's daughter. That will never change. Be it my duties as her heir or as a Silvermane guard, I must face my problems head on. Even if...
Branya.
This is for you, Zila. Please help me pass it on to the outsiders. If I am unable to see you again, they'll know what to do.
Okay, I understand. You've made up your mind, and there's nothing I can say that will change it. But remember this. If you run into trouble, I will come to save you, no matter what.
Then I'll be waiting for you.
That was a good sleep.
Finally.
I should go meet up with March and Dan Hung.
Seriously, how do you pronounce his name correctly?
Took you long enough, sleepyhead. We've been waiting all day.
I haven't slept in so long. That's my excuse.
I've noticed that our sleep routines don't match up. You either keep getting up in the middle of the night or snoozing away until the day's almost out. Unacceptable. You gotta work on your teamwork.
March, I have a fist that's locked onto your face right now. I need my sleep. Don't you give me that attitude. I will not stand for it.
Did you have a dream again last night?
Not this time.
So that's why you slept for so long.
Yeah, I didn't hear that creepy Stellaron voice.
Well then, let's go find Wildfire to discuss our next move and see if they have any new discoveries.
Oh, look who's here.
Hello there, Oleg.
It's the Bane of Svarog, the big hero of the underworld.
That pause almost sounded like you swore. Censored.
And the other big heroes, Dan Hung and March 7th.
Is it Dan Hong? Is it Don Hong? Can somebody give me a consistent pronunciation of his name?
Were those lines rehearsed?
Where's Natasha? Is she here?
She has a bunch of other things to attend to, so I hope you don't mind talking to this old man instead. I speak on behalf of Natasha.
But your mouth is still not moving.
By the way, sorry for keeping that whole thing about her being the actual leader of Wildfire a secret.
Hey, I totally understand.
I'm glad you don't mind. Natasha is always cautious, but she has no ill intent, as you surely have noticed. She told me to make sure you return to the overworld safely. I gave it some thought, and I think the safest way is to ask this fella for help.
Yeah, Senpo seems to know what he's doing.
I brought you down. I can take you back up. Free of charge. Satisfaction guaranteed.
There's no need to knock us out this time, right?
Of course not. This time, we'll go back through the furnace core.
And why do we need you?
Well, for my sparkling companionship, of course. I jest. The path has been blocked for over 10 years, and very few know how to get through. That's where I come in.
Ugh, enough chatter. Just be a good guide.
Hold on. What about Bronya?
I mean, I think she left at some point.
Why isn't she here?
She already went back. As you know, she has some things to settle with the Supreme Guardian.
I wonder how that's gonna go.
What? She just ditched us and went back? How could you let her?
She also has her own plan.
Exactly. She has a lot of responsibilities. I don't completely understand, but I trust that she's trying to solve the problem.
There seems to be a lot of things you don't understand, Sela.
Oh, right. Bronya told me to give you this.
She left us a letter. Could this be one of those open in case of emergency letters? I've never gotten one of those before. Should we wait until we run into something dangerous?
Stop overthinking and just open it.
Basically, she's telling us that she's going to go see her mother.
Brother and sister Landau. I know the brother must refer to Japard, but who could the sister be?
I know who the sister is, but let them,
Oh, Serval! So she's Japard's older sister.
Yep, Serval. The one on my team.
Sampo, do you know the Landau siblings?
Landau. Yeah, we're all friends. I've mostly dealt with the younger brother in the past, but the sister, she's much scarier. Today's supposed to be a day of celebration, so let's not talk about it right now.
She doesn't seem scary.
We can set out at any time. Just come find me when you're ready. Well, my friends, are you ready to head out?
Sure thing.
Wonderful.
Ah, Cocolia.
Mother, I have returned.
Bronya, I thought I'd lost you. Where were you? Are you hurt? I'll fetch the butler right away.
No, there's no need. I don't want to see Sebas right now. Sorry, Mother. I'm fine, really. I just got into a few skirmishes down in the underworld, but nothing I couldn't handle.
The underworld. Oh, I see.
Uh-oh.
In that case, report everything you saw. Commander Bronya.
After the failed pursuit at Backwater Pass, the wanted outsiders and I were somehow taken to the underworld. Because of the difficult situation we were in, we formed a temporary alliance to help the residents of the underworld resolve a few issues of survival. We also defeated an ancient robot known as Svarog and learned some truths about the Stellaron.
Uh-oh.
I'm listening. Go on.
Madam Cocolia, it is my firm belief that the visitors from beyond the sky are not the villains we had imagined before. I witnessed them take up arms in the name of justice and risk their lives for the sake of others. I can also ascertain that they did come for the Stellaron, but only to relieve the disaster it has brought upon Belobog. Mother, you've always known the truth about the Stellaron, haven't you? Well, the responsibility of bearing that truth will fall upon me one day. Such is the burden of being guardian, to carry these secrets for eternity. So, I ask you to forgive my defiance, but I believe that the order to dispatch the outsiders was a mistake. To solve the problems brought on by the Stellaron, the architects waited hundreds of years, and those outsiders may be the...
Enough! Arrogant. Ignorant. Oh, you disappoint me, Bronya. You merely glimpsed the tip of the iceberg, and now you think you know everything. You spend a short time with that underworld scum, and suddenly you have the audacity to question my orders? Guards! Take Bronya.
They are not scum. My entire life, everything you ever kept from me. I remember it clearly now. This time I am standing my ground, Madam Guardian. And please, stop dismissing me with vague excuses. Tell me what you have seen. What exactly it is you are hiding. Why do you send the Silvermane guards to die in the Fragmentum? Why have you abandoned the people of the underworld? And why? Why did you have that sudden change of mind?
I see. I knew this moment would come sooner or later. I just didn't expect it would be so soon. You want to know why I gave those orders? Is that right? Do you believe you're ready to learn the truth?
Yes. I am ready.
Then come with me, Bronya.
You gonna show her the Stellaron?
It is time you heard it. The voice of this dying world.
We're finally back. I forgot what fresh air tasted like.
Aren't we missing something?
No.
Where's Sampo?
Nope. Next question. Where's our next stop? We should find somewhere to put our feet up. As long as it's not Goethe Hotel again.
Classic unreliable Sampo. He probably guessed we'd ask where his hiding place was. No sooner are we back in the administrative district than he sneaks off.
Maybe we need to find Landau. That might be useful.
The bro or the sis? If you're talking about Japard, we should be careful. He's a top Silvermane guard. He'd probably get a medal for every one of us he brought in.
How about Serval?
Dan Hung, what do you think?
I think it'd be best to pay a visit to Serval Landau.
Yep, right there.
So you think we should avoid Japard for the time being, right?
He's an elite officer of the Silvermane Guards. It wouldn't be easy to get to him. Besides, if he hasn't been persuaded by Branya's letter, we'd be walking right into the lion's den.
Makes sense. Guess we better head over to Serval's workshop then?
But we must keep a low profile. We're still wanted fugitives.
What's wrong, Zila?
Nothing. It's just a little new.
Never been up here before?
The last time I was on the surface, I was still a child. I have no memory of any of this. The overworld and the underworld. We've been cut off for so long. I'm okay. Let's go.
Who is it? Shop's closed today. You'll have to come back tomorrow.
It's the radiator fixers.
I remember. The three outsiders. Wait, why are you still strolling around the city? Do you know the Silvermane guards are looking all over for you?
Yeah.
Quick, act natural and get inside. Don't get spotted.
If you don't mind, could you lower your voice?
You'll be safe here. My workshop has pretty good soundproofing and barely anyone comes in.
Probably because of you. I'm kidding.
Just what crime did you commit exactly? They recalled a bunch of guards from the front line to track you down. It's unprecedented. Now they're patrolling the whole city and everyone's in a panic.
Oh, we just...
Not yet, March. Branya said we could trust you completely.
You mean to say you don't trust me completely? Good. That's smart of you. But you needn't worry. Cocolia and I aren't even on speaking terms. It was her that ejected me from the Architects. I refused to stand with her.
You were part of the Architects?
I don't believe you guys would do anything bad.
And the architects are gonna need conclusive and publicly available evidence for me to think otherwise. Besides, I know the architects, and if they did have any evidence, they would have released it by now. I know Cocolia's style. Get everyone into a frenzy first. Most people in a frenzy don't stop to ponder the details.
What details have you been pondering?
Me? None. What Cocolia and the architects get up to has nothing to do with me. My time is too precious for pondering.
Well, you can ponder about other things.
These days, I just spend my time fixing things in this workshop and playing music. It's a pretty carefree existence. If I'm not careful, I'll start boring you all with sob stories from the past. Let's get back to you guys. If long-lost Branya told you to come here, you must have something important to tell me. You can trust me. I know our paths have only crossed once before, but my intuition tells me you guys are good people. And I've got good intuition, by the way.
And you're also a good teammate. You may as well tell the long and short of it from start to finish.
Ooh, I'm the best storyteller. Let me.
Try not to embellish the facts.
So that's what's been happening. No wonder we hadn't heard from Branya recently. After all these years in isolation and without a single word from below, this is what's become of the underworld? I believe you. There's no way you could have invented all those twists and turns. What's more, we have Miss Seela here as living proof. As for the Stellaron, I know why Branya got you to find me. When I was still one of the architects working in the scientific research division, I was researching the Stellaron.
Ooh.
I never thought I'd hear that word again after being expelled by the architects. Come on, I'll tell you everything. Only a very few people in Belobog know of the existence of the Stellaron. Those that do would never associate it with the Fragmentum or Eternal Freeze. But according to the data recorded in that robot, Svarog, the architects dug out the truth long ago. The research results were purposely hidden away to ensure that the outside world would never know of them. Just my luck. Out of all the research topics I could have chosen, I insisted on the Stellaron. It's clear now that anyone who wanted to get closer to the truth would have been expelled or abandoned.
Like you.
Maybe I should be thanking Cocolia. All she did was push me out. She could have decided to take a more permanent measure.
You mean like killing you?
Darn it! I forgot my brother said he'd be around today. Find somewhere to hide, quick! I'll handle him. Japard! It's you! I didn't think you'd have the time to visit with things so tense on the front line.
Cheval, you're off to a bad start.
Things are manageable. The latest wave of monster attacks has slowed. I'm back in the city to take care of a few matters, but I'll be back on the front line later. I thought I told you.
She can be forgetful, I guess?
Oh, yes. That's right.
Sis, you look a bit pale. Did something happen?
She stubbed her toe on that big cog back there.
No. Why would anything have happened?
You don't normally use my full name.
You said you hate it when I call you bro in public. Well, I agree. It'd sound better if I started using your full name. Right, Brosif?
Brosif?
You can call me whatever you like. Look, Serval, I'm here on official business today. There's something wrong with the barrier generator device, and the engineers in our unit don't know how to fix it. I need you to take a look.
Those guys can't think outside the box. Of course they can't wrap their heads around my design. I thought it was something big. Leave it here. I'll take a look.
Sorry to trouble you.
Why are you being so polite? Oh, and why is the city under curfew all of a sudden? Has something happened?
I've been instructed to keep it quiet.
Lil Jeppy. So grown up now, looking down on his civilian sister.
Don't say that. Forget it. If I don't tell you, Pela will. Last night, Lady Branya suddenly appeared. She entered Klapoth Fort without saying anything to anyone. The The Supreme Guardian is worried that the 3 intruders may have followed Bronya out of the Fragmentum and back into the administrative district. She issued a curfew for the entire city and ordered us to pursue and capture any suspicious individuals.
Ah, so that's how it is. No wonder I haven't heard from Bronya. Is she alright?
I'm not sure. She hasn't left Klapoth Fort. The Supreme Guardian just said she'd returned. Nothing more.
Well, I was sure worried about her. After she disappeared, Pela's workload doubled. She said she barely had time to go out.
Poor Pela.
She really does tell you everything. Oh, by the way, I left my Goethe Hotel limited edition flask behind last time I was here. Let me have a look for it. I think I left it over...
Wait!
Huh?
What is it? You seem pretty off today, Serval.
It's, right. You remember how you neglected all those flowers to death? I piled them all over there during a bit of spring cleaning, and now they smell terrible. So, don't go over there.
Seems like a strange reason not to take a look. Plus, am I supposed to believe you were spring cleaning? You must be up to more forbidden research.
Am not! How dare you! What do you take your sister for?
Never mind. This is your space, and I shouldn't intrude. I've got business to take care of. Bye for now.
Let's see your Chipotle.
Hey, wait a sec. Those intruders. I wanted to ask, what crime have they committed?
They're plotting to overthrow the architects and bring harm to the city.
Huh. Reminds me of the accusations against me. Cocolia's methods haven't changed.
Don't say that, Serval. I know that you're still nursing a grievance against the Supreme Guardian. But this isn't a joking matter.
You're telling me off again? Fine. Whatever, bro. You better be going. Come listen to Pela in my next rehearsal.
I will, if I have the time.
I'll see you later, Chapard. Good luck with the stuff.
The coast is clear. You can come out now.
Phew, I nearly suffocated. What kind of plot device was that?
I almost lost my cool when you went for his flask.
This is bad. Bronya's in danger. We have to go save her.
Attempting to storm Klapoth Fort by ourselves? Forget it, Zila. I don't care how skilled you are, I'm not sending you on a suicide mission.
Besides, I think Bronya could handle herself.
Rest assured, Cocolia may have changed over the years, but she never hurt Bronya. I'm certain of that.
You sound like Bronya herself. I don't get it. You guys are against Cocolia, and yet in some ways, you seem to trust her completely.
Is the park going to the Silvermane Guard restricted zone? Yeah.
Didn't you hear him? He said he needs to take care of a few matters in the city first. If we're fast enough, we can stay out of his way.
Oh, that's good.
Come on, let's go to the restricted zone. If we can get ahead of the curve and find the Stellaron, Cocolia will be out of options.
Oh, they've jacked up security all right. How the heck are we gonna sneak in? Serval, we need one of those brainwaves.
Leave it to me. Stick close, guys, and don't get spotted.
This is a military base. Trespassers aren't allowed in. Wait, isn't that... Serval! Long time no see.
Well, if it isn't Franz. Long time no see. You still watching the entrance?
Hi, Franz. Mr. Generic-looking Silvermane Guard.
Well, you see, yeah, you haven't changed, Serval. Still nailing us to the wall. So, what brings you over here at this hour? And who are the guys behind you?
My brother said the restricted zone energy lines were malfunctioning. Told me it was urgent. He doesn't trust those contracted maintenance workers, so he got me in for free.
I don't think you answered the question, Serval.
These guys are my assistants.
Oh.
We need to overhaul all the installations here.
Yeah. I'm a licensed mechanic.
I didn't hear anything about the energy lines malfunctioning.
Oh, please. This is a technology division issue. Why would they tell you guys? Come on, let us in already. If the heating system goes down in the middle of the night, are you gonna be responsible for all the frozen corpses?
Oh dear.
No, that's not something I could handle.
Come on, let us fix the energy lines.
Seeing as you're Captain Japard's sister, it should be fine.
Yeah.
Okay, here are some temporary passes. Oh, and remember to give them back to me when you leave.
Okay, Franz.
Thanks, Franz. I'll put in a good word for you with my brother and get him to promote you.
Yeah, you deserve it, my man.
No, Captain Japard hates all that under-the-table stuff. I'd have a better chance if you don't mention me at all.
I'm aware that there are those among you who see the reserve units as a vacation. Well, let me set one thing straight. You are gravely mistaken. This is the restricted zone. The fragmentum before you conceals monsters that watch your every move. Behind us, we have a band of conspirators that have infiltrated the city.
What?
The situation is critical. The lazy and undisciplined among you will lose your lives to the forces surrounding us. As such, starting from today, we will be adding 200 bench presses and 30 extra minutes of one-arm planks to our daily drill. Is that clear? Yes, sir.
Do you see that mechanical gear bridge?
That
When
thing?
you cross over to the other side, you arrive at hell on Earth.
You mean the fragmentum? So what exactly is on the other side?
An endless fragmentum, a few exhausted Silvermane guards, and the stench of death in the air. If we want to progress further north, we will need to cross that hell. Are you ready?
We've come this far.
Exactly. We've got nowhere left to retreat.
Let's go then. With the front line on high alert, they must have rotated the bridge to make it impassable. Then they cut off the energy supply to the terminals to avoid accidental repositioning. Or to prevent deserters from escaping.
Like us.
That way, even if the front line were to collapse, the fragmentum monsters wouldn't be able to make it to the other side.
Branya was right. The Silvermane guards really are risking their lives to protect Belobog.
Just my conjecture, but I doubt it's far from the truth. My brother mentioned that they've had to use extreme measures to repel the fragmentum monsters. Let's press on. We can't activate either of these terminals, so let's look for the energy supply installation itself. That's it! The thing's shaped like a giant iron ball.
And it's behind a gate. What are the odds?
Its formal name is the Mechanism Energy Hub. It's connected to all the energy lines. I would have thought it covers the entire restricted zone.
No wonder it's so heavily guarded.
One unit for everything? That's a disaster waiting to happen. We learned the hard way.
As long as we can gain access permissions to the hub, we can operate the gear bridge terminals.
Won't the guards get suspicious?
That's why I told them we were here for urgent maintenance. The frontline equipment needs servicing just as much as the rest.
So that's why you went for maintenance. Way to go, Serval! I thought you just came up with it on the spot.
Come on, let's see if that guard over there will let us pass.
Yo! Evening, soldier.
Yo.
Are you the emergency engineers? I saw you guys hanging around. Did you find the problem?
Not yet. Everything looks normal so far. I think the problem is stemming from the energy hub. If you let us in, we can do a routine service inspection. I've worked on various iterations of this type of installation.
No. No can do. No one gets near the energy hub without the security captain's encryption key.
Not even the Supreme Guardian?
The Supreme Guardian? Hey, no games, you hear? No dice without the encryption key.
Ah, darn, this guy's not stupid.
You need the encryption key, right? Which captain should I bother then?
Captain Dunn's resting up ahead. Go and find him. If he grants you permission, I won't stand in your way.
Captain Dunn. Okay.
Done? Why didn't you say so?
No problem, we'll be back in a bit.
Done.
It's been a while. I didn't know you made security captain.
Serval, it's been a long time. You're still so... You look good.
Somebody likes her.
Allow me to introduce my assistants to you. They help me take care of business at the workshop. Everyone, this is Captain Dunn, an old friend of mine. He used to be an ace on the keys in the band.
Oh, you play rock and roll too? Cool!
Pleased to meet you.
Great seeing you.
Hello.
Oh, what's that weird smell?
Zachary, how many days has it been since you showered?
I showered right before my shift.
What did you say?
I haven't showered in 2 days, sir.
Oh, come on, man.
Unacceptable, especially in front of visitors. Apologies for the embarrassment, all.
It's not a big deal, Dunn. You know, if you get a chance, would you want to get on stage with us again? My keyboard guy is pretty good, but I still miss our military days playing in the band.
That was a long time ago, Serval. I haven't touched a keyboard in ages. Besides, I'm stationed here all year round. I'm afraid I don't get many chances to return to the city. Though I don't stand on ceremony. How may I assist you? If everything's in order, you'd better head back to the city. It's not safe here.
I've checked the lines. There don't seem to be any major problems. All that's left is the energy hub. The guard over there said that I needed an encryption key to open the gate. Can you help me out?
We'll be on our way after we run a checkup.
Anything wrong, Dunn?
Sorry, Serval, but can you tell me what Captain Japard told you?
Huh? Oh, let me think. Hey, sis, the energy supply lines in the restricted zone have malfunctioned. Those useless engineers can't find the problem. Something like that?
And may I ask, when did he contact you?
This morning? Yeah, that's right. He's on urban patrol duty today, right? That's why he popped round and asked the favor.
Aha. Captain Japard just returned to the front line. I could reconfirm with him?
Huh? Hold up, he's back? That can't be. He was still in the city a little while ago.
You haven't changed, Serval. You're still a lousy liar.
What?
These people you've brought, they're not workshop assistants, right?
Ah, jeez.
Serval, it's not that I don't want to help you, but you should remember that I'm a Belobog Silvermane guard. How about this? You can leave, and I won't tell anyone about this incident. But the outsiders must remain.
There goes the negotiation.
Looks like this is gonna end in a fight after all.
I brought you guys here, and I'm standing with you till the end.
Alright. You're gonna be fighting with us.
Dunn, this concerns the fate of Belobog. No, the fate of our whole world. Please, don't stand in our way.
Serval! We used to rehearse together every day, you must understand. My rock and roll soul is to uphold the dignity of a soldier.
Bye-bye, Dunn. You're done.
Serval? Why?
I'm sorry, Dunn. Time for a little nap. Got it! The encryption key. Quick, before we attract attention, let's...
Uh-oh.
I think we attracted attention.
That's the enemy attack alarm.
Oh.
Every Silvermane guard in the reserve zone just became our enemy.
If we work together, we can break through their ranks.
Give me some time. Who designed this operating system? It's so unintuitive.
It's probably Apple.
Emergency fire
Okay.
evacuation system? Not that. Rock and roll dance floor atmosphere mode? Who the heck added that? And they used one of my songs!
That's a lawsuit.
Your bridge control terminal. Still found it. That's it. I've reset the energy system. Let's go and operate the gear bridge terminal. Energy restored. System online. Certification enabled. Come on, come on. 80%, 65%, 85%. We did it. We've gained access to the gear bridge. Let's move. Perfect. Okay. We need to get to the front line.
We could have a problem. Your brother may be there.
He probably is. Hopefully we don't bump into him, but if we do, we'll just have to try and talk to him.
Are you sure you can convince him?
I've probably got a 30% chance, or less.
Meaning it could end in a fight.
So we have to fight him again?
Haven't you noticed yet? Most of our convincing ends in a fight.
We need to be sure, Serval. If we can't reach a common understanding with your brother, will you stand with us?
Of course. My word is my bond. I said that I'd stand with you to the end, and I won't go back on that promise.
Serval. It really is you.
Wait, Japard! Listen to me.
When the sentry reported to me, I thought there must have been a misunderstanding. The enemy alarm had to be unrelated to your entry into the restricted zone. Perhaps the intruders had taken you hostage. And yet... Step away from the intruders, Serval. Walk over slowly and stand behind me. You're different from them.
What do you mean different?
I'm sorry. We have an understanding. I stand with them.
Yeah, she's our girl.
Give me a few minutes, just a few. I'll explain every...
Enough, Serval. Have you forgotten where we are? We Landaus ought to know this place better than anywhere. The outer reaches of the front line against the Fragmentum. Belobog's most strategic protective fortress. Every Silvermane guard here, every person here, is ready to sacrifice themselves. Ready to spill their blood for Belobog at a moment's notice. Yet here you are, leading fugitives into the restricted zone. Attacking my Silvermane comrades in arms. Hijacking the energy hub. Are you really worthy of the Landau name?
She is, alright.
Why do you think I've come here? We found a way to dispel the eternal freeze, to seal the Fragmentum. It might be the only lifeline this world has left.
If that were true, why wouldn't you report to Madame Cocolia? Why would you sneak into the restricted zone and create chaos?
Are you serious, Japard? Do you not know her relationship with Cocolia?
You don't understand. The one preventing us from getting close to the truth is Cocolia herself.
You have all seen the Supreme Guardian in person. Do you think you can act as you please because she didn't recognize your version of events?
Listen to me, Japard. The origin and spread of the Fragmentum is linked to the Stellaron. The meteorite in the Architect's records, it's...
I know about the Stellaron. It's exactly what the fugitives behind you are seeking. But the Madam Guardian has already revealed the truth to me. These people have ulterior motives, Serval. They want to steal this treasure from the Architects. The Madam Guardian has warned me before that you were indulging in fantasy. That you'd been exposed to forbidden knowledge, and that you would bring destruction down upon Belobog. I believe you, Serval. I believe you think you're acting with loyalty to the people. It's just... Guards, formation. Arrest these people. We could be inundated with Fragmentum monsters at any moment. We have no time to waste on them.
The forbidden is only forbidden to conceal the truth within. Cocolia's afraid that we'll seize on this knowledge. That the truth will spread far and wide. To save the world, we must risk it all. I've said my piece. Whether you believe it or not is up to you. Regardless, you should know by now your sister's never been one to back down. If there's something or someone you can't abide, you should stand up and resist. And if there's something you uphold, you should uphold it to the very end.
Well said, Serval.
Save your explanation for the judge. You are charged with sabotaging the Silvermane Guard restricted zone. In my capacity as captain, I hereby order that these fugitives be arrested. This isn't like our childhood game, Serval. You won't get any leniency from me.
The barrier hasn't been fixed yet. Don't try and be a hero, Japard.
Didn't I tell you? All our negotiations end in combat.
This was bound to happen, honestly. Oh.
Our position is solid.
This sanctuary is but a vision.
Turn up the volume.
Fight it or rock with it. My music
Conquers all.
With me out here, how can we lose?
Batter up.
Resistance is futile.
You can't run!
Take this. Keep up with my tempo.
Stay right there while I give you a present!
On my command.
Try that again!
Let's go.
Nice.
Let's rock.
Hey, March.
Never.
Jeez. That was brutal. Told you we wouldn't back down, Japad.
This guy knows how to put up a fight. I've never come up against anyone this relentless.
I think we were the ones that were relentless. We really went after him.
He just won't go down.
He's as stubborn as I am. It could be an argument or a fight. He'll do both to the death. That's why he bugs the heck out of me. That's enough, Japard. Take a look around you. You're the last man standing.
Even if I am, I won't yield.
We don't want you to yield through force of arms. That wouldn't be a victory for us.
Yeah, our goal is the same as yours. Serval's and Branya's. We just want to preserve this world. There's no reason to turn against each other.
If only Branya was here, she might have talked some sense into him.
Japard, brother, surely now you can see the need for pragmatism. Even if you don't believe my outsider friends, you should believe me. Maybe I've wasted your trust. In which case, believe Branya.
Lady Branya?
There's nothing more to say, Japard. The decision is yours.
I'm sure he recognized her handwriting.
As a captain of the Silvermane Guards, I am duty-bound to carry out the orders of the Supreme Guardian. But Lady Branya is the commanding officer for the front lines. According to military protocol, if the frontline directives of the commanding officer clash with those of the architects behind the lines, a soldier must remain at their post and await further directives.
Thanks for understanding.
For the Silvermane Guards, the Guardian's orders are paramount and absolute. But there is something of equal importance in the oath we take.
The people of Belobog.
Exactly.
If we lose the people, we lose the reason for our existence. Our fight with the Fragmentum monsters is for the sake of preservation. But our fight with you, I fail to see the purpose. If you are truly able to prevent our endlessly unfolding misfortunes, then the people of Belobog are indebted to you. But if you are using lies to mask your true intentions, using my sister and Branya for your own ends, I swear by Klapoth that I will carry out your punishment without an ounce of mercy.
Don't worry, we are not the type to betray.
They're not lying. I promise you.
You must be Zila. You are a skilled fighter. Your combat style is nothing like that of the guards.
Regardless of what you believe, these guys have been a great help to the underworld. Many people would vouch for them.
If you want to advance further northward, you must traverse an area entirely corroded by the Fragmentum. It's the only way to get to the snow plains on the other side. the guards can give you some time before the next wave of attacks is upon us. The monsters on the other side will turn out in full force. The guards will do their best to stall them and buy you some time.
Do you have any robots with you?
Once you've broken through the front line, there's nothing more we can do for you. You'll have to find out for yourselves what lies within the northern fragmentum.
Gotcha.
So, have you made up your minds?
We're ready.
Understood. Keep your weapons close. This will be a fierce fight.
Japard, are you okay?
I told you, Japard, the barrier hasn't been fixed yet. Don't try and be a hero.
This is only the first wave. They'll have reassembled soon. I have to.
Hey, Mr. Silvermane, listen to your sister. I can tell just by looking at you that you haven't fully recovered.
Outsiders. Zila, the second wave hasn't started yet. Make the most of this opportunity and make a break for it.
Huh? Serval, aren't you gonna look for the Stellaron with us?
My brother can't hold them back by himself. He wasted a lot of energy on us. He's my responsibility now. Besides, if I'm not here to help, I don't know what might happen in the next wave. I want to go with you. I do. I always wanted to catch a glimpse of the Stellaron with my own eyes, and now it's so close. But I can't abandon my brother and the other guards. I'm a Landau. It's up to you now. I believe in you. You've given me new hope. Get hold of the Stellaron before Cocolia realizes what's happening.
We won't disappoint you, Serval.
Is this the fragmentum Japard was talking about?
Compared to this, the corrosion we saw in Backwater Pass pales into insignificance.
How can we pinpoint the Stellaron?
Serval said that the Stellaron was very likely hidden in the snow plains north of Belobog. If we want to get there, I'm afraid we'll have to find the exit to this fragmentum maze first.
Guys, does this place feel weird to you? It feels like there are loads of eyes staring at us.
This place makes my flesh crawl. Like there are insects under my skin.
There might be the effects of the fragmentum.
We have no guide and no way of detecting the Stellaron. We'll just have to advance gradually and cautiously. Don't be disheartened. The stronger the fragmentum contamination, the closer we are to the source.
This is Bronya's!
Bronya's been here?
Right. She must be. This can't be a coincidence.
Whoa! Quick, look! That's Bronya! Huh? Is that Cocolia too?
They're frozen.
No, it isn't
Wait.
them.
Is that like an after image of them?
It must be a kind of echo?
Echo.
Some type of residual energy replicated by the fragmentum.
So that's where they had gone.
Which means they were definitely here, right? And it looks like they went that way.
So guess we have to go that way.
Just in time. We had no idea which direction to take. Let's go.
It's kind of creepy.
This is a complex mechanism. How did they get past?
I knew this wouldn't be simple. Wait, wasn't there some big energy hub-looking thing back in that empty area? Let's go back and take a look. Maybe it's linked to this gate. Huh, even Don Hung the Sensible has his adventurous days.
Huh?
It worked, right? But the gate didn't move an inch.
Wait, I guess we have to activate 3 other, hubs. And it's open. Who the fuck is that?
Looks like another completely new monster.
Considering where we are, it would be surprising if we didn't run into strange enemies here.
I don't care how strange it is. It's blocking our way. Let's get it.
Try that again!
I've lost my way.
This enemy is completely different. If I didn't know it was a product of the fragmentum, I'd think we were fighting a human.
I wonder if it was like something Cocolia made, but in her image.
Unlike those random low-level fragmentum creations, this one seems to have a mind of its own. It seems to be able to use complex tactics.
Look, Branya and Cocolia's echoes. They must have come through here.
The hell is that?
It's that shadow of hers again. But Branya's isn't with her this time.
It feels like this echo is different from the others before.
Maybe it's not an echo. It looks like a hologram.
Intruders.
Oh, it is an echo.
Did she just speak?
You cannot approach.
Not good. March, out the way!
The Stellaron. Intruders. You go no further.
Are you sure this isn't the real her?
Move carefully. It may look like her, but the fragmentum can only create forgeries. Bring her down!
A gift from the stars.
Batter up.
Just in case, I'll
With
give
me
Don
out
home.
here, how can we lose?
Who's the lucky one today?
Tremble before my power.
Stretch.
You can't run! Stay right there while I give you a present!
The time is now.
Try that again!
A gift from the stars.
A world devoured by ice.
You can't run!
Witness the avalanche.
Watch this!
The eternal freeze will bury you.
Oh, now she's going back to it.
With
Give it
me
to
out
us.
here, how can we lose?
Who's the lucky one today?
Stay right there while I give you a present!
Sinners, ready yourself for the judgment of eternal winter.
The time is now.
A gift from the stars.
You can't run! With me
Neither
out
Don
here,
Hong.
how can we lose?
Who's the lucky one today?
Batter up.
I'm like throwing out ultimates.
Watch this!
The world that they promised.
That was intense.
She disappeared!
Of course, that wasn't her.
Stairs. It's the only way forward.
Wherever they lead, it must be the end of the journey.
I don't don't want to get to the end so soon. I want my journey to go on forever.
God damn
This
it,
means
March.
that Branya is up ahead. And so is the fate of the overworld and the underworld. It's all in our hands. Strange. I thought I'd feel nervous or afraid, but I don't. The only feeling I have is that none of this seems real.
Is this how trailblazing expeditions usually come to an end?
Not always. Sometimes it's a happier conclusion.
The Express has traveled world after world. We are merely passing travelers, witnesses to part of a grander story. We invariably avoid getting drawn into turbulence that can decide the fate of a world. But there are always times when we have no choice but to act.
Or to put it another way, this is one heck of a first trailblazing expedition. You hit the jackpot.
Am I gonna hit the jackpot
I was
again?
about to bore you all with my gloomy reflections, but on second thought, not today. Adventuring with you guys by my side has made me feel like no obstacle is too big.
Right on. But you can say whatever you like. A good adventure shouldn't be full of rules and regulations. Helping those in need, befriending those worth counting on, and saving the world a few times along the way.
That's the spirit of trailblazing.
It's freezing here. The blizzard's so fierce. The power from the trailblaze path isn't enough to stop the cold.
It means that we're getting closer to the Stellaron, and the heart of the Eternal Freeze.
Did the architects build this?
What the hell is that?
Very different from the uniform style of the buildings we saw in the city.
Does it look like the palm of a huge hand to you? If Cocolia threatens us by taking Branya hostage...
We have to save her. The underworld... No. The entire planet relies on her.
No.
Do not resist, Branya. Accept the common will.
No! I don't want this.
Look upon their promised future, Branya. A world without poverty, without cold, without suffering. A world where people no longer have to pray like prisoners for survival. A world that we can guard for all eternity. 700 years ago, we tried and fought unceasingly, believing that the radiance of human nature could shepherd us towards rejuvenation. And to what end? A crushing defeat. Why, when faced with irrefutable strength, is our first thought always to resist? To cover our ears instead of hearing the call? It is the conceit and cowardice entrenched in the depths of human nature, so difficult to efface. Cast them aside. Break free of the chains that bind you. The Stellaron will lead humanity to evolve, and they will.
Your brainwashing ends here, you witch!
Zila?
You came. I thought the blizzards had entombed you.
You felt wrong.
You wish! We're not going down before you do. Branya! I don't know what happened between you and them. Even if you explained it to me, I probably wouldn't understand all the crazy details. But there are two things I do know. One, these guys have come through hell to get here, to seal this Stellaron thing. And two, do you remember what I said? If anything happened to you, I'd save you. Do you understand? Even if the damage is done, even if you've completely forgotten our promise, then I'm just gonna have to knock you out and bring you back myself.
Belobog needs you, bro.
Zila. All of you.
Finished? I think I've given you long enough to bid farewell. It's time I told you my other reason for bringing you here, Brown. I want to witness your choice.
Choice?
I have told you all the truths there are to tell. The deal with the Stellaron, the wish I made to it. There are no more secrets between us. Many years ago, the voice of the Stellaron sounded in my ears for the first time. I was no different from the previous generations of Guardians. I withdrew, refused to hear. I was as you are now, bitterly defending the Architect's so-called preservation. My conviction was once steadfast, unparalleled. Until a sudden change arrived and threw everything into chaos. Another choice appeared before me. The subversion of the old order. And the welcoming of a new world. And compared to the illusory, ever more distant preservation, this was so tangible. I have agonized, long agonized over how to convey all this to you. Inevitably, the promised tomorrow will transpire. But if you were not there beside me to watch over that new world, then I would descend into torment. Branya. Enduring torment. Perhaps I should be thanking you, outsiders. The pressure you have imposed has at long last compelled me to confront my final weakness. Branya, throughout your life, I have never forced you to submit to my will. You will always have a choice. As then, so now. Choose, my daughter.
Make the right choice, Branya.
Madame Cocolia, I am grateful to you for raising me and for allowing me the privilege of choice. But I am sorry, Mother. On this, our final occasion, I cannot stand with you. You say that conceit and cowardice lie in the depths of human nature. Perhaps you're right. Desperation sheds a light on the darkest recesses of the heart. What about those simply struggling for survival, fighting for something better? I've witnessed their light on the front lines, in the underworld, in places you have overlooked. Our ancestors built this city, striving in the bitter snow to prolong our civilization. Even if this world is doomed to fall apart, we should allow humanity to pave the way to its final outcome, not hand over our fate to the seed of ruin.
Shut up, Stellaron.
We are guardians, Mother. Chosen from among the masses. Our duty is to preserve the world built by humanity. We are not gods. We are not arbiters. You seek to crush human nature underfoot while masquerading as an arbiter and a god. I cannot let you.
So, this is your choice. I understand, Branya. Pity. Such a pity that you will never see that resplendent world. Unable to free yourself from the shackles of your mind. You know what? You were supposed to be the mother of the new world.
The ground! It's shaking! What's happening?
That sign!
Is it that robot?
The fate of this city, of Belobog, is sealed. Its future will unfold in our hands. And you will become the foundation of the new world. You must break the old to build the new. The Supreme Guardian commands you! Rise, engine of creation!
It's one of the Architect's ancient machines! Watch out, all of you!
This is what we're fighting?
This robot's 1,000
One
times
of three.
bigger than Svarog.
Step aside.
A gift from the stars.
Watch this!
Engine, break them!
We have to stop it! No, don't!
Oh.
Who's the lucky one today? With me out here, how can we lose? Try that again! How can we bring a giant like this down?
Okay.
You're annoying! You're annoying!
The time's now.
A gift from the stars.
Batter up!
Stay
Did
right
March?
there while I give you a present! Go away! Sagacious discernment! Who's the lucky one today?
Oh. So we're not actually fighting it? What happened?
Himeko! It's Himeko!
Himeko.
Hello? Can you hear me? Gosh, the signal's terrible.
Himeko! You finally spared a thought for us.
What are you talking about? Weldon, I've been up on the thing you the time. You've got quite the trailblazing edition on your hands.
Definitely.
So, how did that guy work? Or, importantly, how do you stop him from working? Over to you guys, I guess.
Look out.
Behold, the power granted by them! Listen to the power surge! Sing! The Stellaron's promise is the only hope for this world. Just as it dispelled the Antimatter Legion 700 years ago, so too will it wipe you from the face of this world! Batter up! Just a scratch. Humanity. So weak and foolish. Always overestimating their abilities. Let me bestow upon you despair!
Martha.
Is this the universe?
Finally, Martha actually moves
But
her
I was
mouth.
fighting Cocolia. Why am I here? The last time I came here, I drew Nanook's gaze. Could it be?
The city is drowning in tears. The power of the preservation is fading. We could not defy the will of the Stellaron after all.
Cocolia abandoned preservation.
Yes. But we have no right to judge. The fragmentum had been expanding for the past 700 years. There is no faith, nor wealth left for our successors. Only despair. To see the home we vowed to preserve wither away. That in itself is torture. Not to mention the haunting whisper of temptation.
Why is the Guardian's will in the form of a
The
child?
day will come when even the strongest of wills cannot help but give in to such influence. It is only a matter of time before the Amber Lord forsakes us.
Then let others carry on the will of preservation.
You are but a stranger to us. And yet you seek to bond your destiny to ours. So be it. What is there to lose when so much has already been lost? Touch the light of the Amber, Trailblazer. See if your will can attract their gaze.
Back, bitch! I'm back!
No. It can't be.
The will of preservation has made its choice.
You know nothing of the plight of this world. Nothing of the wait for its final end.
Even if we are doomed to destruction, we will go bravely, walking hand in hand into the darkness.
No! That end won't come to pass while we're around.
The Stellaron changes everything. Defend the weak.
A gift from the stars.
I'll give you an extra
Stay right
shield.
there while I give you a present.
Ready to be crushed.
Try that again.
Gotcha.
Who's the lucky one today?
With me out here, how can we lose?
You will not take away our hope.
You can't run.
Another
Who's
round
the
of
lucky one
bounce,
today?
please.
Fracture! Lance ablaze! Flaming lance! Forward!
Try that again! You can't run! Watch this! Try that again!
The Stellaron changes everything!
A gift from the stars!
Defend the weak!
Another punch for you.
Who's the lucky one today? You can't run!
Time for the old world
Down to
to
13.
Try that again! With me out here, how can we lose?
Forward!
It's hot now.
Down to 1. Yasta, do you think you can handle this?
Look out!
Why am I not surprised?
The only redemption. Indestructible.
A gift from the stars!
The power of the Stellaron is with me! You are but cinders of the old world, soon to become ashes! I will be the architect of a new world!
Stay right there while I give you a present!
Fracture!
Who's the lucky one today? You can't run!
Engulf the past!
With me out here, how can we lose? A gift from the stars. Stay right there while I give you a present.
It's hot now.
Try that again.
The only redemption. Defend the weak.
With me out here, how can we lose? Who's the lucky one today?
I will be the architect of a new world!
You can't run!
Here we go.
Fracture!
They deceived me.
This Stellaron, honest of It's the future. It will include everything!
Mother,
It's over.
Mother, did you wake up from that dream?
Wow. That was a tough trailblazing expedition. We made it! But, what are we gonna do with the Stellaron? It's usually Mr. Yang who handles it.
I've informed Himiko and Mr. Yang already. They'll steal the Stellaron.
Good.
Nice! The crisis on this world is basically over, right?
You mean it's...
The storm still rages on. Now that the Stellaron is sealed, the eternal freeze will slowly recede. Fragmentum won't aggressively expand anymore, but nor will it disappear. Urilo 6 has a chance to return to life, but it will take time.
That's fair.
It will depend on the efforts of the people here.
We got a lot of stuff to do, Bronya.
Thank you. All of you.
Don't be too hard on yourself.
Thank you. I'm fine. Don't worry. There is still much to do. The people will have felt the effects of the engine of creation. There are so many questions to answer, so many truths to reveal. I don't know whether I can get the people to accept all this.
Tell everyone the truth. They
Can
have to
I
know.
really do that? Tell everyone about Mother's true motives? About a lie perpetrated for 700 years?
No. No. No way.
Seele.
I don't know how to explain it, but I don't think there's any other way. In the underworld, we tell the kids, things will be better tomorrow. Everyone knows it's a lie, but it gets them to sleep with some hope. Can you imagine the consequences if we told the people what happened here? They'd be devastated. If we can't trust the Guardians, who or what can we trust?
You know, that's actually a good point, since it was technically the Guardian that started all this.
Mother died to preserve Belobog.
What?
The visitors from beyond the sky told her the secret of the Stellaron. She knew that Alyssa Rand, the first Supreme Guardian, had failed to destroy it. And yet, she decided to challenge its power, a power beyond human comprehension. Supreme Guardian Cocolia sacrificed herself to dispel the dark clouds enveloping this city. From here on out, that's the truth the world will hear. What do you think?
It keeps the hope of preservation alive, at least.
I don't like it, but if it will keep the people of Belobog from going to
It's
a
logical.
panic, I'm all,
And
it's
hard to disprove.
Why do we have to lie? I'm abstaining. I like telling the truth. But I get what you're trying to do.
agreed. Let's use this version.
Thank you for understanding. For many people, Mother was an outstanding guardian. The whole truth will live on in my mind. All the mistakes, madness, evil, dreams therein. I will be the one to carry that burden. Now, I must take over the duties of the Supreme Guardian and discard my naive fantasies.
Can you also reinstate Serval as an architect?
I'm sorry, Seele. Please, protect this secret with me till the end of our lives.
Say no more. I know what to do.
Thank you. Well then, as promised, Let's start rebuilding the bridge between the overworld and the underworld.
Yep.
So, wanna tell us what happened back there? Don't think you can just reappear on the battlefield with a cool weapon in your hands and skip the story.
I saw Cloth.
You drew the Amber Lord's gaze? Right at that moment? That's too much of a coincidence.
She probably doesn't know what happened either. This wouldn't be the first time. Something similar happened when we faced the Doomsday Beast on the space station. Remember that glance from Nanook? Originally, we thought it was because the Stellaron was linked to the destruction. But now it seems to be more than that. We might need to speak with Mr. Yang to understand what's going on. Let's focus on the business at hand first. We shouldn't disrupt Himiko and Mr. Yang while they're dealing with the Stellaron. Let's talk once we're back on the Express.
You're right. We need to finish what we started. Let's hurry up and find Natasha. Natasha! Oleg! Hope you didn't have to wait too long.
Oh, it's them.
You kids move fast. By the look on your faces, I assume you come bearing good news?
Well, I wouldn't say good news.
You bet. You might not believe this, but we summoned up all our strength and then... maybe she should do the talking. I'm no good at serious stuff. I'll probably say something I'll regret.
The Guardian sacrificed herself to seal the Stellaron.
We were there at the fight. We witnessed everything.
Sacrificed herself, huh? Sure, yeah, that's the whole story.
March!
Cocolia, in order to save Belobog, she... I see.
So the massive tremors we felt earlier were a result of the battle, right?
Yes, it was a hard-won victory.
Thank you. I can't even imagine what you've been through up there. I'm just glad everything turned out all right. What about Zila?
Don't worry, she's all right. It took a big toll on Branya, so Zila took her over to the guards.
Good. I'm so glad you're all okay.
Now that Cocolia's no more, I guess our Silvermane girl is about to become the next Supreme Guardian? She sees things through and doesn't go back on her word. The underworld will thrive again under her watch.
Did your mouth move? Did your mouth just move? Oh, like my man.
Oh, we brought you a message from Branya. The blockade will soon be lifted. The people of the underworld will breathe freely.
Breathe freely. That's been our wish all along. March, Donhung, and you, can I ask for your help again? I want to get this news out to everyone. It'll lift their spirits and bring them hope.
Count us in.
You made it. I thought you were about to miss out on a moment of history.
I thought you weren't going to start without me.
After all our hard work, how could we miss out on the final celebration, right?
Smell of freedom's in the air.
I smell it too. For Oleg and I, not to mention the other adults, reopening the passageway means rediscovering old ways of living. Return to normality. Survival is no longer the top of the agenda. But for the children who were born into this era, who grew up in this isolation, this will be a new life altogether. Once you've tasted freedom, it's difficult to accept a life of separation and isolation. Those of us whose childhoods were marred by tragedy, we must strive to do better for the next generation. I'm sorry. Here I am talking your ear off again. This is a day to remember. We should welcome it with smiles. If you have time, talk to the folks here. Every one of them will tell you about their excitement. Then when you're ready, let's go home.
Whoa! Look at the big blue ceiling!
That's not a ceiling, Hook.
That's the sky. So this is the overworld? The air here smells different.
Less rust and geomera particles floating around. Take a deep breath, children. This is what freedom tastes like. I never thought I'd live to see the administrative district again. All those years. We've been through a lot, Natasha.
You're right, Oleg. It's funny. The moment I boarded the cable car, my mind was filled with everything I wanted to do on the surface. But now, I just want to sit down, zone out, and watch the people coming and going. And let the day just pass me by.
Enjoy the peace and quiet, Natasha. We earned it.
Welcome back to the administrative district, Trailblazers.
Trailblazers. First time anyone's called us that on this planet.
The architects think it's only right that we should address you properly. Outsiders is hardly fitting anymore. Please allow me to apologize again for what happened in the restricted zone. You were only trying to help. I should have trusted Serval's judgment.
You were just doing
Thanks
your job.
for understanding. Lady Bronya's inaugural address will begin soon. She asked me to pass on her invitation to you.
Uh-huh. That's sooner than I expected. Is she well enough to...
Not really. But Lady Bronya insisted on delivering the speech as soon as possible. She wants the people to understand what happened. The address will be held at Everwinter Monument. I hope the three of you can find time to attend.
Look, there's a crowd gathering over there. Is the address starting soon?
Looks like it. Bronya hasn't arrived yet, though. Let's find somewhere to wait.
Guards! Formation!
Oh, they're starting.
Whoa, this must be it.
Didn't we like just sit
Citizens
down?
of Belobog, I kindly ask for your attention. Lady Bronya Rand's inaugural address will begin shortly. Please remain orderly.
People of Belobog, hear me. Today we gather here to celebrate our victory, but it was a sacrifice made by a mighty guardian that delivered us this opportunity. She dispelled an evil that cost us 700 years of suffering. And in the process, she paid the ultimate price. The sacrifice of Cocolia Rand ushers in a new chapter. The blizzard beyond the walls will die away, and the offensives of our Silvermane guards will begin to contain the Fragmentum's advance. In the far north, I witnessed with my own eyes the struggle between the late Supreme Guardian and the evil power that sought to destroy us. In her last moments, the Supreme Guardian told me her greatest regret. The order to seal off the underworld from the overworld. With the passage of time, she gradually came to realize the consequences of that decision. Although tortured with guilt, she could not undo the damage. In her final moments, she wanted us to mark the Stellaron's end by reuniting Belobog. Overworlders and underworlders must embrace the dawn of a new age. Together, people of the underworld, I dare not ask for your forgiveness. I now know the reality of your decade of suffering. But I want us to work together. We know that without your perseverance and hard work, Belobog will not recover its former glory. And the seed of civilization will not be preserved. And on that note, I'd like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to a few guests of the city. Most of you were not aware of their arrival. But it is thanks to them that our world now flourishes with hope. They made me realize that while we remain focused on preserving the ground beneath our feet, we should not forget to look up into the sky. I firmly believe that with the determination of everyone, our world, the world the Trailblazers call Yarilo 6, will no longer be alone among the stars.
Look, it's Sela right
but
here.
before we accomplish that goal, I humbly ask you to follow me into the future. I, Bronya Rand, the 19th Guardian of Belobog, hereby take my oath.
Lady Bronya! Lady Bronya! Long live Belobog!
Long live Belobog.
Bronya, we're back!
March, Don Hung, and you. It's wonderful you made it to the address. Sorry, I know the invitation was very last minute, but I needed to get the news out as soon as possible. The longer people waited, the more rumors started to swirl. The situation risked spinning out of control.
Are you fully recovered?
Yes, I'm fine now, don't worry. My mother... She tried to force the voice of the Stellaron into my head. It was a terrible feeling. I don't know what would have happened if you hadn't shown up.
That was some speech, Bronya. If I had to talk like that in front of a huge crowd, I'd be shaking head to toe.
It was all just a bunch of palatable lies. I hope you never have a similar experience, March.
The part about preserving the seed of civilization was real.
I prefer to be honest with the people. But I also want to preserve their hope.
Don Hung, wanna talk about Mr. Yang's findings?
Allow me to explain.
Which means... the fragmentum has already taken root by this point. Even though the Stellaron is sealed, we won't be able to reverse the damage immediately.
Stellarons are terrible things.
I know. Our ancestors wouldn't have risked using one if they'd had other ways of avoiding calamity. You've gone out of your way to save this world. You nearly lost your life. I have no right to ask for more. Besides, I agree with Mr. Yang. Ultimately, the fate of Belobog is in the hands of its own people.
The Astral Express will do everything within our power to help.
In that case, as a leader, I must give you a promise of the same weight. We will hold out with everything we have until the day you Trailblazers return. Even if it takes another 700 years, the children of Yarilo 6 will look up to the sky with hope in their hearts. So long, my friends. May the preservation bless your journey.
That was one heck of a first trailblazing expedition.
Oh, it sure
Worth
was.
celebrating, I'd say.
On a scale from 1 to 5, how would you rate
2.5?
What? That run of the mill, huh?
My scoring criteria are different from yours.
Anyway, we should be asking you. Any thoughts you want to share?
Time for
Wait,
a nap.
what? No way. We're about to leave and I've hardly got any decent photos.
Did you take a photo of the
Come
Stellar?
on. Let's go back to the administrative district and hang out for a bit longer.
Fine.
That's enough sightseeing and photo taking to last me a while. Time to head back to the Goethe Hotel for a good night's sleep.
We can sleep when we're back on the Express.
Good
Not
idea.
so fast. Last time we were here, that evil Madam Guardian interrupted us before we'd gotten the most out of our luxury suites. Don't you think we should make up for it? Come on. Himeko and Mr. Yang are grown-ups. I'm sure they'll cope without us for one night. Besides, don't you want to chit-chat with the locals now that Belobog is full of life again? I know I do.
Oh, it was a close thing, all right. Good thing it dawned on me. Hey, Sampo doesn't have to be a protagonist, right? The likes of us are better suited to, shadowy comic relief, eh? Turns out the Astral Express crew is more fun than I expected. You liked it? Really? Told you so. No. I'm in no hurry to leave. What? Oh, Epsilon? What fun can you get out of a giant Vanity Fair like that? True happiness always entails the manifestation of the dignity of mankind. Now that's a quote I live by. Well, bye for now.
Send my regards to the guys and girls in the tavern. Oh, and don't forget to say that Sempo Kuski will catch them for the next one. Time to make my curtain call. To you, my dear audience, I dedicate my performance. I wonder, did I bring a little more joy into your lives? You don't have to answer that, but if the answer is no, then you'll break my heart.
Sample, you're fucking weird.
Morning! How did you sleep? I'm full of energy myself.
It's time we went home. I dreamed about Sampo.
But the beds here are so nice.
Did you get Himiko's message? It's time to go. The conductor will nag us again if we put the express behind schedule.
Yeah. Well, pack your souvenirs and stuff. Back home we go.
Ah, Belobog. I'll miss you. Such beautiful architecture.
Here we are at last. It's sad to say goodbye.
Nothing lasts forever. You'll stop feeling sad the moment you set foot on the express.
Hey, I'm not that heartless, you know.
Goodbye, Uriel 6.
Priorities?
Goodbye, Belobog.
What do you mean? Are you saying rebuilding the underworld isn't one of your priorities?
Of course not. I'm just saying we have limited assets and we need new parameters.
Assets, parameters. You sure love your fancy words. Forget it. Leave it to me. I'll go down myself.
Come on, Seela. I won't leave you to—
Look, Branya! There'll be plenty of difficulties waiting for them, right?
Yes. Their future is filled with even more uncertainty than ours. But we will prevail here, even if it means arguments like this go on forever.
They won't go on forever if I win them.
God. I love those two. I want you on my team.
Welcome home, you three.
Himeko, Mr. Yang! Team Trailblaze back from duty. Mission 1 accomplished.
Although Welt and I didn't get the chance to go with you, I can tell you worked hard to bring things back to normal. Well done, everybody. And especially you. I heard a lot of good things about you.
How would you rate my performance?
I'd say it's a solid 5 stars.
Nice.
Get some rest on the express. Urilo 6 was not an easy ride.
I bet there are going to be more hard rides.
Pom-Pom is of the opinion that we should leave as soon as possible to avoid potential resurgences of the anomalies we experienced earlier. Himiko and I agree.
Which means we need to decide where our next destination is, soon.
That's right.
That's the path of the nameless, I presume. Always on the road, always trailblazing. I'm not complaining, by the way. One adventure after another? That's exactly what I signed up for.
Looks like March has fallen in love with the way of the nameless. That's good to hear. You can head back to your rooms for some rest, or stay here and make yourselves a cup of coffee, whichever you like.
I'll head back to my room then.
There I was thinking this guy would gradually open up.
Hey, let him relax.
We need to give him some time, March. I think he treasures the time spent with you guys.
Oh, I bet he does. He's my boy. He's my bro.
About your battle against the Supreme Guardian and the whole Stellaron situation, you must have a lot of unanswered questions, I suppose. While you were away, Welt and I did some research and came to some interesting conclusions. Let me know if you want to ask about anything.
Alright.
Home sweet home. Mr. Yang and Himeko must be bored given how long our train had to stay here. Where's our next stop? I can't wait!
Well,
Noise.
Urilo 6. I'll miss you. But for now, let's end this.